Welcome to Weapons Education. Let's talk about some Glocks. And I want to talk about 45s in particular. I know we all love Glocks. I love Glocks. You love them. Let's talk about which Glock 45 ACP you would purchase. I want to compare two in particular right now. The big boy, the 21, and also the Glock 30. Now Glock makes 21 different models, by the way. You probably know that. I don't know if you've ever added them up, but I did. They make 21. I know you can get them in different versions, SF, compensator, things like that, but they make 21 different models. And of all the 21, they make 3 different 45 ACPs called the Glock 21, the Glock 30, and the Glock 36. I do not have a Glock 36 here, but I do have 2 30s, one with the rail, one without, and I have also a 21. And the whole concept of this video is to get your interaction as to which Glock would you choose if you were going to purchase a 45 ACP, maybe the 36, which is not on the table, but maybe the 30, which we have a couple of, and maybe the big boy, the 21. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's do a comparison in particular of the 30 and the 21. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about here. Thank you. My wife is here. I appreciate you filming. Please zoom in on the 21. Say hello.
Hi everybody.
Okay, thank you so much. It's late at night. I appreciate this. All right, we have a Glock 21. Please zoom in, and let's talk about the dimensions, because I'm way into dimensions. Now the overall length on this one here is 7.6 inches, and now we're comparing the 21 to a 30. The 30, the overall length is 6.8 inches. So I'm going to round it off. Let's just call it 1 inch shorter. It's pretty close. So the 30 is significantly shorter, as you can tell. And you can see the height is about 1 inch shorter also. There's no magazine in these safety check guns. So I purposely did that. We'll show you the magazines here in a moment. Now the width on both of these guns are absolutely identical. You can please zoom in on that slide, which is steel and does not give. As we know, it's 1.27 inches on both of them. The line of sight now, this is huge. Okay, I'm gonna point it at myself with these safety check guns, but I want to show you a point here. You see the sight from here to here and from here to here. On the big boy is 6.77 inches. So when you're looking down your sights on the big 21, that is something to consider. You have a huge sight radius of almost 6 3/4 inches, we'll call it 6.77, whereas the small 30 has a sight radius of only 5.95. Okay, we'll call it 6 inches. So you got 6 inches compared to 6 3/4. It's a big difference in sight radius. But I got to tell you this, I still favor the 30 for personal protection and for concealment, whereas if I was a law enforcement officer, I would prefer the 21 for open carry, and I would also prefer this for personal home defense. If that's all this gun was in the role to play, was for home defense, you get the bigger grip and you've got a little bit less recoil, not much, than the 30. I find that I shoot both guns the same as far as accuracy, and what I like about the 30 is you've got the opportunity to put the 21 magazine, as you probably might know. Let me show you the different magazines I have here. Okay, we have the 30 right here. Okay, right now it has no magazine. It comes standard with 10+1. See that? So that's a small package. You got 11 rounds, fully loaded. This does have the rail on it. I do like the rail as an option. This particular gun, I put the Crimson Laser trace on it. And I gotta tell you, I admittedly think I made a mistake, because every time I put this gun in my hand, if you can zoom on the blue cloth please, you see that red dot? Every time, if heaven forbid, I had to point this at an opponent or a bad guy, that laser is going to be deployed. Whereas if I had, you see the light on the rail here, that's a TLR1, which is only the laser, and this also has the Crimson Laser trace on the grip. In retrospect, I kind of wish I would have the light laser all on the rail. so I can deploy it when I want, or if I want. Maybe I don't want to. So the issue with having it on the grip is it's always going to be deployed every time you touch your gun. So keep that in mind. That's just my 2 cents on that. I kind of wish that I did not have this on the grip and this was a TLR2 on the rail with a laser and light on the rail. But I love this 30. If you zoom in real close there, I want to show that we can put, as you probably know, the same magazine that the 21 holds, and what I have here is this, and a lot of you always ask this question, where do you get the spacer from? And this is, they're kind of hard to come by. It's called A&G. Can you zoom in there, please? A&G grip extenders. Just Google them, you'll find them, and you can buy them. They're inexpensive. I think they're about, I don't know, $15, $20. I forget. I really don't know. But I put the little grip extender, and then to cover up the grip extender, nothing fancy here, nothing out of the ordinary. I use this stuff here. If you can zoom in on that, it's called 3M Safety Walk. All right, and I just cut it up with a really good pair of scissors, and I put it on the spacer, so I have, you know, like that. Now I'm holding a lot of rounds. Now I got 14 rounds in my gun, and my 30. Which is the identical. Here's the same magazine without the spacer going into the 21. Okay, so I have two guns holding the same amount of rounds, 45 ACP, except one, the 30, is significantly smaller. Now the downside to having the spacer is, well, that's a little wobbly, and it's going to be long when you're concealing it. But I tell you, I conceal this all the time. It is a little chunky, the 1.27 inches, but I don't have an issue with it. I like to have a 45 ACP. I like the Glocks. I like to know that they're always going to shoot. They're always reliable, pretty much. You can pretty much put anything through them, hollow points, which you should always practice with, by the way. Whatever you're using for personal protection, spend the money and shoot a box through whatever gun you have, and make sure that it's shooting reliably. So there you have it. Which 45 ACP would you get? And I'll reiterate that for personal protection, I like the 30, because I'm just a small gun guy. I like the small, powerful package. It's kind of like the phones. You know, remember the old days when cell phones were huge, and they got too small, and now they're like perfect. You know, with like an iPhone 4. To me, the 30 is like the perfect package. I call it the power punch. But the 21 is awesome also. It's just big. It's great for open carry, and it's great for the range. It's also great for home personal defense. Both of these guns run about the same money. Here's another 30 here, by the way. Okay, this does not have the rail, and I made the mistake of not getting the rail on this one. Both of them do have the crimson laser trace and on the grip there. And like I said, in retrospect, I would get a rail with the light and laser all in one and basically deploy it when I want or do not want, because when you have the crimson laser on your grip, it's always going to go off. But let me know your input. Which gun would you purchase? If you could just buy one of these two Glocks, which one would you purchase? I think the 21 is excellent for home protection. It's excellent for the range. It's excellent for law enforcement. It's excellent for open carry. I think the 30, which holds the same amount of rounds, the same magazine as the 21, with this grip extension, you cover it up with this tape I showed you, you got a pretty nice sweet package there. Just giving you some ideas for a Glock. Check it out. I'll be back tomorrow night with something new and exciting. Hey, thank you so much. Bye-bye.